Happy Aloha Friday, everyone, and welcome to Mai Tais at Sunset. I am Tai.
Aloha, I'm Mai. Happy Aloha Friday. Happy weekend. I set the intention that we are going to share a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, and a lot of healing. And speaking of healing, I just want to send, I know we both do, we want to send love to Maui after the devastating wildfire that pretty much wiped out all of Lahaina. But I didn't want to immortalize that in our show, but I do want to remember all the amazing things that Maui has and why it's still worth visiting. Just as a tourist traveling there, to just be extra sensitive and respectful to those residents that are going through so much loss right now. And we know it's going to be a long time before they're rebuilt, but we can still remember all the really wonderful things that, about Maui that we love.
Mm-hmm. I think the day I found out that the fires happened, there were quite a number of people who reached out and was like, do you know anybody on the islands? Have you ever been there? Lots of questions, because a lot of people don't know the islands of Hawaii. Like, they know where Honolulu is, Waikiki, but they don't visit the other islands very often. It's either Kauai, Big Island, Maui, but they don't know how they're like lined up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, I have a map on my arm, so it's like tattooed on my arm, so I can be like, you are here, and this is where Maui is, and like things like that. So I've been using my arm as a map quite often lately, but a lot of people did reach out and express their condolences. But also, it's just sad for the people of Hawaii, period. It's all of them. Doesn't matter if you're on Maui, Oahu, Big Island, Kauai, even Molokai. It's all, Hawaii is Hawaii, right? There's so much strong bonding and family and culture and friends, and
we're all connected. And I don't know if you've seen the after news things where there has been this outpouring of love and support for Maui, and like every island, every person, we've all been sending money, we've been sending supplies, and it's not just coming in on airplanes, it's coming, like, there are people, I know so many people have boats, and they're just like loading up their boats and taking resources over to Maui. And, we're all doing this kind of donation, and it's the entire state is coming together to try and help these people. It's become so much stuff that has been given that they're actually at a point where they're like, whoa, we don't have the manpower to actually distribute it. And then it became a whole nother issue. So it's going to take time for them to figure it all out. There are volunteers that are flying over, they're going over, they're showing up, and they're like, we don't have any place for you. We don't know how to let you help us yet, because they're like in such a state of chaos still. What I do love is how Hawaii, that spirit is so strong to just give. And that is who we are. The Aloha spirit, it's taking care of Hawaii, taking care of our own. We're appreciative of all of the federal resources as well, and all the outpouring of support from the whole world. But ultimately, for the months and months and months of, and hopefully not too many years of rebuilding, that, we're all going to just be continuing to support the state, the economy.
Yeah, I think there is a lot to do. A lot of people are saying, like, don't go to the west side of Maui, but like actually still come to Maui and like support the other parts of the island. Some local businesses are asking for people to don't cancel your trips. I know there's like a lot of devastation on the west side. Some people are like, don't go to Maui. But then at the same time, there's still other people on the island who need the support and are actually donating quite a bit. So I think there was like a news clip of a lady who owns a Vietnamese restaurant on the east side of the island that was unaffected. But she's like, if you keep coming to my business, I can take my food truck out there and distribute food for free. And people were, like understanding, like, okay, if I do have a trip to Maui and I'm on that side, I can still come and support local business as local business supports, the other side of the island. So
Lahaina is only one part of that whole island.
It's only one part. Yeah. So I think there was like a little mixed communication. I understand, like, don't bombard the island the first week, second week.
Yeah.
But a little bit after, like, don't cancel plans that are in October or November that are on the certain island. There were a lot of tourists
on the other
that
side.
were there
Yeah,
Yeah,
there were a lot of tourists that were there. Yeah.
They're unaccounted for because they were from other countries and stuff.
So there's like 1 million residents for the state of Hawaii. There's like another 1 million people who are here throughout the year that are just tourists. So that's how much people in the state at any one time. And it's crazy. It's crazy busy. But going back to what you were saying about businesses, if you come and support my business, then they can go and support Maui.
Right.
And the areas and the people that really need it. And it's not just on Maui. It's like, I think every island is chipping in. Every island is doing everything. I mean, I'm on Oahu and I've gotten like from every one of my service providers, my banks, my clubs that I'm associated with, all kinds of things. Everybody's doing support for Maui, Maui Strong, love for Maui. And I think just coming to the state of Hawaii and anywhere, just not Lahaina, is going to support Maui. So we do need that economic
boost. Yeah,
boost to kind of get over this and, get rebuilding. It's going to be a process for a long time. But I do have beautiful, beautiful favorite memories of Maui that you can still go to. Haleakala, the House of the Sun. It is this most amazing thing to see is the sunrise at Haleakala. And you get there at like 4 o'clock in the morning before the sun even thinks it's going to make an appearance. And you're there waiting above the clouds on this mountain peak. And it is the most incredible thing to see the sun come through. Now, if you're up there and it's cloudy, that does happen too. You can't control nature always, but it's incredibly beautiful when you get it right.
Well, I was like looking at some of my pictures. I did the Pailolo Challenge, which was the 26-mile race from Maui to Molokai. And I mean, I just remember paddling and being there, and it was wonderful. Like, I always thought the Nepali Challenge was like the most beautiful, but the Pailolo was the best one. Like, it was the most fun. Because that was the 6 guys in at once, and then the 6 girls in at once, and like we would switch
full boat
on
change.
The entire crew. Full boat change. Yeah, and I have my hat from it still. I've got pictures from it. Like, that was actually, I think, the flight that Amanda, my first seater, she wanted to sit next to somebody on the plane, and she ended up in the back by herself, and she was praying. It was a fun race. I did that, and then my mom and I have been there 3 times to Maui and did the road to Hana, was in Lahaina. We would go to the pizza place there, I think. And it's just all the cute shops, like Crazy Shirt Hawaii, Red Dirt Hawaii, all the fun stuff, and we would shop. And then I went a couple times with friends. Always doing the road to Hana to get there. And it was just sad, like the banyan tree. I still have a picture of it.
Oh, the banyan tree. That was like
me touching it. Yeah.
A really old banyan tree. You know what's weird? So I'd be over there. And growing up, teenagers, they always have this area that they find to go hang out and be cool, and maybe they're drinking a little something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I noticed that was the banyan tree a few times that I'd been over there. I'm like, oh, this is the cool spot. But Lahaina was always known for their Halloween. They were bigger than Waikiki's Halloween.
Really?
Yeah. It was like the thing. People would fly in for Halloween in Lahaina.
Did you see that one house that survived the entire fire? Has like a red stone roof.
No, I didn't see that.
They said the reason why it survived was because of the great landscaping that the owners did.
Oh, it had a fire break.
Owners. Yes. And there was no vegetation around their home. There was like nothing, and everything's stone, so it wasn't able to catch fire. There was no tinder to catch fire. So I thought that was like really, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, I mean, you learned something, and it was like a blessing. So it was like a little spark of hope that something like survived, and I thought that was pretty cool. So, but I'm hoping that they will rebuild. I know that there's a lot of controversy. There's a lot of conspiracy theories out there.
It's too early for any of that. Really, it is. Yeah. We don't know.
But there was video of 2 power lines that went down before the fire started, and this individual who recorded it actually recorded it jumping over the highway and like into Lahaina. So I don't think it was that laser beam that everybody's talking about.
No.
I thought that was like silly. I was like, really?
There was a lot of things that went wrong in that moment, and we were having high winds. On my island, on Oahu, I had to like put all my plants down. I had to take all my things things out to make sure everything was, being able to like not blow away into the neighbor's yard and things like that. My umbrellas.
Like 60 some mile per hour winds, right?
Yeah, it was really windy. I had to shut most of my windows in my house because it was just blowing crap everywhere, just making a mess.
What a crazy time.
One of my weirdest memories was at the Lahaina Inn. My friends and I had done the Paddle for Life, which is a paddle race from Maui to Lanai.
Lahaina to Lanai and Lanai back to Lahaina.
Yeah.
So you were in Lahaina when you did Paddle for Life.
Yeah. In fact, so we always would stay at a hotel in Lahaina. And one of the scariest ones was this one called Lahaina Inn. It was so haunted. It was so haunted. I had to book 3 rooms for our crew. And I was in a room that was by myself. There was 2 ladies in another room. And there was one guy in this other room. And everybody had their own experiences. All of us were up ghost hunting for some reason. One of my friends, she was like, I'm hearing this creaking. And so she's like trying to recreate the creaking from outside the door. And she's like, do you hear it? Do you hear it? And they're like, yeah, it sounds just like that. And the doorknob was rattling. In my room, we were trying to leave and I could not escape. There was like, I have a picture that I sent you of this door with these heavy wooden blinds. And I tried to open the door and I had opened it really just before that because there's a balcony out there. It was cute. It opened. It was beautiful. It was fine. Then I closed it and then I could not open it again. And I was trying to like yell down to my friends who were downstairs. And I was like, I can't get out of my room. I tried to call several times. My phone wouldn't. My battery got drained. It was just all kinds of weirdness. And then my friend, she was on the other side of the door and I'm like, I'm stuck inside. And she's like, I'm trying to open it. And none of us could turn the handle. And I just remember my heart was racing and I was scared. And I was like, what is happening? And then in a moment, it just opened. And I just grabbed her and I'm like, get me out of this room. I don't want to be in here anymore.
That's scary.
We need to get out of this hotel. And then the other guy, he was in his room. We found out all night. He said the temperature just kept dropping and dropping and dropping. I mean, it's great when you think about ghosts doing free air conditioning, and it was hot in the middle of summer, but he said the temperature just kept getting colder and colder and colder, and he didn't have a blanket. He only had a sheet.
Oh my God. How funny.
It was like we all had our own experiences and they were all very weird. And then my one friend, she's just trying to like debunk everything. She kept trying to recreate it, but it sounded like people were running up and down the hallway. And I think we were in every room. I think there were only 3 rooms on the second floor where we were. Very small hotel. They had a gorgeous restaurant downstairs that we couldn't get a reservation at. But if anything, that whole place is going to be more haunted now.
Oh my God.
Maybe that's too weird to share.
Maybe a little bit. But our hearts go out to Maui, and the people there.
Yeah. Love to Maui. Love to Maui. It has been forever since we did Mai and Tai's episode, and I'm so sorry. I actually did not mean for that much time to go by. It was like 3 months. It's like we had summer vacation or something.
Well, I mean, we were all in summer. It's so hot outside. Like here, I think I'm looking at my thing. It's like 108 heat index today. My face. Look at my face.
Yeah, it's red. Yeah, I'm also red. I think I'm recovering though. I did golf on a very hot Sunday, and I think I'm finally recovered. But I got sunburned, and I was wearing a hat, and I was putting on my sunscreen, and it just wasn't enough. It was overcast, but still I got sunburned.
Well, it has been extremely hot here, and what I think is funny is the other day my mom was like, hey, it's gonna be like 95. She was like, it's gonna be 95, so it's gonna be a little bit cooler. And I was like, it's sad when you start to feel like 95 is cooler because you're not in the triple digits. We've been in the triple digits every time I try to park my car in the shade. Speaking of purchases, Amazon Prime Day passed. I bought seat towels that connect to your headrest, I can sit in my car. Yes. So I can sit in my car and not have sweaty legs, and I can wear shorts and not burn my ass because I burned my leg on the door.
Oh, yeah.
I have those running boards, and I was like, oh, so I have a burn mark on my leg still. It's healing from the door of my vehicle. That's how bad it is.
That's hot.
It's hot. Yeah. I mean, we're not the only spot. I mean, Arizona's 120 heat index.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a terrible burn scar on my inner leg from my motorcycle.
Oh no.
That wasn't fun. But
No,
I know
no.
how hot feels when you burn your skin.
It's very hot here. What's the weather like in Hawaii?
Well, the wind has calmed down, thankfully.
Okay.
We have a mix of like beautiful blue sky days and then cloudy days. There have been so many tropical storms that have been lingering that they just come in and they give us a week of cloudiness and rain, and then they go away. Very unusual for summer. It's been warmer. I'm actually appreciative of that because I'm tired of kind of really cool summer, which we've had for the past few years. It wasn't like hot. But then I'd like to have a cold winter for Hawaii.
A cold winter. What does a cold winter look like for you?
Like cold enough that I have to use a blanket at night.
Like that's got to be like in the 60s at least.
Yeah, it's got to be in the 60s. That's all I'm asking for, the 60s for the winter.
I remember one time being in Hawaii and I had to use my seat warmer. That was like one time, like my seat heaters one time.
Yeah, it's very rare when you need to put a seat warmer on in your car.
Especially in Hawaii. Yeah.
Especially. Yeah, my car has them too. I think I used it once and it was in the winter and it wasn't even that cold. I had to turn it off right away. Just wanted to see if it worked.
Yeah.
We had 4th of July and there was a funny thing. So we went to Kailua Beach Park to go watch that. And I went on my bicycle and there was this weird thing, and it's at the very end of the video. If you look at it, it looks like, I swear to God, it was a UFO. It wasn't a drone. It was, we all know what drones look like. There was a bunch of those, but there was this thing, this like silvery giant thing in the sky, and it was low. It was like at the top of the trees. So, there's the giant pine trees on the beach. It was only just above that. It wasn't like it was really high up. It was actually kind of low, but there were thousands of people coming to Kailua Beach to go watch those fireworks. So,
wow. There was something in the sky not too long ago here in Texas, and it was like satellite links. So it was like a straight line of sparkling lights, and everybody thought it was a UFO, but it was actually satellites like lining up.
Neat.
I think it's part of Starlink or something. I just wanted to correct myself on that house that survived. It apparently is made out of wood.
Oh.
So their car was not burned either. Keep a perimeter of at least 5 feet around the house, totally free of dry or flammable vegetation. Keep the roof and gutters clean. Remove anything flammable from underneath porches and decks. And install non-combustible 1/8-inch mesh screening on any vents to a crawl space or attic.
So they were just very well prepared.
I think it's their landscaping, because I'm looking at it like the trees are burned, but their grass is so short, like there was nothing to burn. So I think they were just lucky. I just feel bad that it happened. So what did you get on Prime Day? Because we kind of briefly touched on my towel seat covers. That was one thing I bought. Towel seat covers.
Okay. I bought a lot of things on Prime Day, and it's not, somebody said, is it like Christmas? Oh, I think I said that to you. It's not, it's kind of like you're shopping for Christmas for yourself, but it's always practical stuff. So it's not really like a fun gift as much as it is something that's on your like list, and you wanted it for a while. It would make your life better or easier, whatever reason. But I would say some of them are fun. The very first one is toilet paper. Toilet paper was,
Was that on sale?
It was on sale Prime Day. It was $15.99, and their regular price is $24. And that's about the same price at Costco, $24 for the package of Kirkland toilet paper. But I sent you a picture, and you can obviously see that there's a big size difference between the Amazon toilet paper and the Kirkland toilet paper. It was on my radar because
there's the toilet paper.
My brother buys this super expensive one. It has like an R on it. It's like recycled bamboo paper.
That's kind of bougie.
It's totally eco-friendly, that whole thing. And my father was raving about it. And I'm like, okay, well, first of all, if my brother bought it, it's probably ridiculously priced toilet paper. And then the second, is it like soft? And it's not. It's okay.
It's not?
It's all right. It has even more layers. I think it's like 3 layers of toilet paper for that bougie one. But it's thinner than my Kirkland one that I like, which is fat and cottony and soft, super soft. Amazon one says it's similar to Angel Soft brand, which is really popular. It's okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I have to go back. So the reason that my dad likes this bamboo one is he says because it tears nicely.
Oh.
And I'm like, I don't really care if it tears nicely. My most important thing is
tears nicely. Interesting.
Yeah. Like on the perforated lines between squares. He just likes a clean tear. for his toilet paper.
Oh my God. Oh, wow.
It is something that I've never ever thought or cared about, but
that's special.
I'm just going to put that out because you can pay a whole lot of money for this bougie bamboo triple layer toilet paper that's not as soft as the Kirkland one. And I guess it was comparable to the Amazon one. Yeah, I guess even the Amazon one, it tears nicely.
Okay, well, that's good to know.
But the square size is so much smaller. You know, the size of the square. You know, for like finger hand coverage, you know, when you're using your toilet paper.
Wow. I would say that I grab enough toilet paper to cover my hands, but I've never heard of anybody having problems with that before, but that's kind of funny.
But if you're trying to like shop for like the best bang for your buck, right? Mm-hmm. You know, you want to use less toilet paper and to have a larger piece.
That's fair.
For the best price.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yes.
And I do like soft. For me, I like soft. I don't want scratchy toilet paper.
You're so bougie.
But okay, so that was just like I don't know why I have a thing about toilet paper, but anyway. So that's one of the first things I ordered. The other thing I ordered, speaking of trying to stay cool, is a cooling mattress topper. And it was like regular price $50, but it was on sale for $37.50. And I was like, I bit the bullet on that because my other mattress topper, which was just cotton, it was really getting old and it tore. And so once it tears, all the little cottony fluffiness comes out. So I needed a new one. In the comments, it said that it was noisy, and it does make a noise. It's not a quiet sleep. So that is a real thing. Huh. But I will say the cooling thing is legit. It's not that much cooler. And you know, like those bags that you buy that are reusable, they're like the ones from maybe Target. Those things disintegrate in Hawaii. And the cover of this looks like it's made of something similar. So I'm kind of concerned if it's going to disintegrate all under my sheets. So I'm a little afraid to wash it. So I, have my sheets on top of it, but I change my sheets often. But I am a little concerned about its durability. So we'll have to do an update on that. If it falls apart, I will be ranting about it later. The other thing I bought, which I kind of regret buying, was this lint remover. It said it was a 2-pack, and when you see the video, it makes such a horrible noise when it goes along my couch. It's very sharp, and I thought it would get the dog hair really easily, but then I found out that I can do it better with my own hands, and I would never run it against my clothing because I think it would tear it.
Oh, wow.
I bought a tripod mount for my iPhone that was made of metal because I had two plastic ones that I broke. So this time I was like, I'm going to get a metal one. And that was like almost half off. I bought an Amazon basic shower curtain. I needed shower curtains. Regular price was $20 almost. And they were $4.73. That was my biggest deal. The worst thing I bought was this Amazon bath rugs. They were $12.35 regular, and on sale was $6.27. So this is the material. It's really nice and thick, but this is how big it is. I don't know if you can see.
Oh, it's so tiny.
Like, this can only go in front of your toilet. That's how tiny it is. It's not big enough to go outside of your shower. It's a good thing I bought 2 of them, so I'll have to put them together. And it's still smaller than my current rug that I have.
That's terrible.
That was like the worst thing I bought, but they are small and you can put them in your washing machine. They're thick. I just wish it was like 5 times the size because it's so ridiculous.
It looks tiny. It looks so tiny.
When I showed my mother and she stepped on it, I'm like, her feet, like her feet, my feet, we could barely fit on it. It's so sad. She was just laughing. But I'm keeping it because I'm going to put it in front of the toilet. That's it. Oh my gosh.
But it slides around, right? Like it's not actually
there's
like
nothing underneath it. Is just really like a giant thick towel. Best thing I got this was the treat, was the shave ice machine.
Tell me more about that.
Okay, so I love shave ice. And if you saw my video, the shorts, that was like so amazing. And I kept watching it and I'm like, I need shave ice. But that shave ice was like $12.
Expensive.
I was like, I'm gonna make my own shave ice. Plus, I don't have to get in my car and drive there. But I have a shave ice machine that you hand crank. And I was like, by the time I'm like finished with just the little bit of ice that I have, it's like half melted in the bowl by the time I'm done. It just takes so long to crank and shave the ice to get anything out of it, and it was melting. So then I'm like, I think we need an electric one. But I have to say, it's instantaneous. I did buy the syrups. So it was the Hawaiian Shave Ice machine and Hawaiian Shave Ice syrups, and it's their own brand on Amazon. The syrups are terribly sweet. Ooh. They're way too sweet. So I bought them, and then I thought, I'm just going to have to dilute it. I mean, one, you think they're going to dilute over ice, but they need to be diluted even further. Oh, and one of them I ordered this mango flavor. It exploded, so it didn't even make it. It was like out for delivery.
Told me about it exploding. Yeah,
and I was so upset. And so I was like, "That's the mango flavor." Then I went to a liquor store, and they have like other syrup. I had bought this coconut one, and they had lilikoi. They have like 4 or 5 different flavors, and those are the best syrup toppings ever. They're not too sweet, and they're perfect. So, and it was cheaper. What else did I buy? I got a Hamilton Beach bread maker. I guess that's also technically a splurge as well. But I have a friend who his wife makes bread for years, bread machine. And he goes, sometimes she does weird stuff and she adds weird things in it. And she does the thing where she puts in all her ingredients before bed and then she sets like a timer. So it won't start until the middle of the night, so that when you wake up, you're waking up to fresh baked bread. And he goes, there's just nothing better in the world than that smell.
The bread, yeah.
Waking up to fresh baked bread.
Nestle's Toll House cookies or coffee.
Yeah.
I like waking up to coffee, the smell of coffee, for sure.
He told me that like 10 years ago, and it's been just kind of in the back of my head. And when I saw it go from like $90 to like $50, I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And you know what? There is nothing nicer than to smell that bread machine making bread.
So how much bread have you made?
We've made about 4 or 5 loaves so far.
And how was it? Is it good?
It is good. But you got to watch the recipes. Like there's a lot of recipes online, and I don't know if they've had good bread to say that their bread is so good. But honest to God, when it comes out of the oven, that thing, and it's fresh, you put some butter on it, it's amazing. It's the best thing in the world. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I've gotten crazy. We've added things like thyme and rosemary, and I did an olive one. I did a jalapeno one. Just throwing all kinds of things. So hopefully I'll figure out some recipes that are actually really good, and I'll be posting those. Oh, the best thing I bought, and I sent you impressive pictures of this, was the Bissell Steam Mop, the heavy duty one. That was like $175.
I saw
regular price.
$175.
Yeah, and it came down to $119 on Prime Day.
Did you flip your hair? Did you just flip your hair?
My hair's extra bouncy today because I just washed it last night, so it's extra bouncy. But the sink, it's glass. I have a glass sink. And it was so cloudy. It's minerals. It's just hard minerals that have dried, and built up on the surface. And that Bissell steam cleaner, I was a little scared to use it because I didn't know if it could crack the glass. Mm-hmm. But once I started going, I felt like if I just kept moving it, quickly over the area and not just staying in one place, then I less of a chance to crack it. But man, it cleaned all that mineral off of it. Now you can see right through my sink. You can see all my towels neatly folded underneath.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Yeah, I'm actually looking at it, and I think it's funny. But that's so funny. So it just got all of that hard water stains off.
Yeah. I've had a Bissell steam mop before. It lasted like 20 years until it finally died. And I haven't had one since, used to mop the floor. And somebody had a comment like, it's like ironing your floors. And I was like, I know what that feels like. And I haven't had a mop for a while, like a steam mop. So I bought, I had a Shark one given to me, a Shark steam mop. It's crap. It's so crap. But this one, the Bissell, it's right there on the floor. It just melts all the dirt off. And when you walk on the floor after, it's heated. It's like it's been nicely ironed floor.
Oh, that is nice. I've only felt heated floors like one time in a bathroom, and I was like, this is amazing.
It is. But to have a heated, clean floor, different.
Heated, clean floor, yeah. It does feel different under the feet. So my big purchases were mostly like things I needed for the house. So like
not really Christmas. Practical.
Practical. Scrubby brushes. I got a new gaming keyboard. Actually, 2 gaming keyboards. Gaming mouse. I bought like a bunch of dog treats because the Amazon dog treats have gone from like $9.99 to now $20 a bag.
Ooh.
It's a lot. I was like, whoa. And then we got some hairbrushes. I got a new tattoo since I talked to you.
That wasn't from July, Amazon Prime Day.
No, but I got tattoo balm. A new Ring camera. That was cheaper. They were like $59 instead of like $100 something. I got a lot of hair products. I'm using this new Japanese like hair product line, and my hair is like amazing. You don't need volume, but I do, so it's their volume one. I used it, and then I bought some for my nieces and for my mom. Nature Lab Tokyo.
Okay.
Perfect volume blowout.
I will say I love face products and makeup products and the hair products from Japan and Korea. Mm-hmm. They're the best.
I don't know what it is, too. It's good stuff.
I went to Don Quixote, speaking of Japan. Don Quixote, which is a chain store in Japan. We have one of the funnest, biggest ones near Ala Moana Shopping Center in Honolulu. And it is jam-packed with everything. And what was so surprising, they had like 10 aisles of just like omiyage gifts. You know, all the gifts that you would buy and take home to your friends and family. Like 10 aisles.
So nice.
And that's where most of the people were, is they were in there. It was so packed with tourists who were like trying to buy gifts to take home.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I also ordered? I also ordered some really awesome earbuds. They're called Status earbuds. They like were just made. They don't have labels or anything, and they were pretty affordable. Uh-huh. I don't know where I put them. I think I lost them somewhere. Like I was like, oh shit, where did I put them? And that's what I like about the Apple and the Beats, because if you lose them, you can play sound.
That's
like,
too
I don't
bad.
know where they are. Ugh, so annoying. And you know what's even worse is I bought like a little thing to strap them so I wouldn't lose them. But now I'm returning it because I have no idea where the earbuds are. I think I lost them. I'm sure they're around here somewhere. What else has been going on? I sent you some videos of ice carving. So I did. Yes. I saw an ice carving demonstration.
That sounds like it would have been nice and cool to go to on a hot day.
Oh my gosh, he took a like sander and a block of dry ice and like put the sander on it, and it shot off like all this smoke, but it was so nice and cool.
Oh, I bet.
I was like, that's what I want in my life. That sounds
like the perfect thing to do during summer is to go to an ice carving event.
Watching ice carving, but he's the number 2 ice carver in the world. Mm-hmm. He did a competition in London, and he actually won first place for the United States. So I thought that was like really cool. He represented the United States.
What was it that he made? I saw it.
It's a high heel with jewelry.
Oh, okay.
But like I'm part of the Welcome Neighbors Club, and it's basically like a club of older women who are all retired and living their best life, you know, beautiful homes. And I just kind of like randomly went in there because I got invited to it, and now I'm a member. And I love these ladies. They can drink you under a table. They will party. Like we had a icebreaker competition just to talk about like, oh, have you ever danced on a bar? They're like, girl, I've danced on a bar, under chairs, you know, on top of tables. And I was like 80 years old.
Well, 80 years ago, what was it? Like 19...
It's 1940s. They were born in the 1940s. They're baby boomers.
Born in the 40s.
Yeah, a little bit after the boom.
You got to think 20 years plus. So 50s, 60s, in the 60s. These were the ladies in the 60s that, you know, they were in their 20s.
Partying it up.
They were like partying it up.
The golden age. It's the golden age.
They were the free spirits. Yeah, they would have stories.
Woodstock, going through the disco era. But yeah, they're wonderful, successful women that are just hilarious. But anyway, they came and did the ice demonstration. We got to watch it. I thought it was really fun, and it'd be fun to share with our viewers for maybe a short or something.
Yeah, or but it's going to be on here in this part while we're talking about it.
I thought it was really fun and exciting, but the thing was, I was on the phone when he was leaving, and he goes, hey, it's good to see you again. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he goes, I know you from Renaissance Festival. He's like, you know Reg, right? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, see you all the time. We'll be there. And I was like, cool. See you next time. Like, he knew me out of everybody. And you know what's funny is because I have a lot of tattoos, and he has a lot of tattoos, and his crew does too. And they were like, are you part of the ice crew? And I was like, no, I'm actually part of your crew, bitch. Like your club. But in between there and then, I've got a new tattoo. I'm going back in December to see Red to get more tattoos done on my back. So I'm going to complete my back with all the color. So it'll go up the arms and then all over my back with color. And the bird is there. I've got some new flowers on my left shoulder so that nothing is going to be empty on my whole back.
Wow.
Tattoos look great. Like I've gotten some sun. They look like darker. They look more colorful. Work has been going great. Like traveling a lot, meeting a lot of people.
Yeah.
Sky is here.
Oh, you got Sky.
Is here. Almost 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
Oh my God, her hair is everywhere though.
Well, I can tell you that vacuuming dog fur off of my couch does not work. The shorts let's just go back. The soursop plant, but in the Philippines, and I think we had a commenter from the Philippines who call it yaibano. Anyway.
What's that?
It's this fruit, and I thought it was going to be related to, the one that's like famously stinky, the durian fruit, but it is sweet and sour. And adding honey really helped because the sour was a lot more powerful than the sweetness, but it's so soft. The texture is like banana, but I couldn't eat that by myself. It took 4 of us to eat that, and I bought the smallest one. But I am growing the seeds, and several of them have sprouted, so I'm kind of excited. Hopefully they'll live, and maybe they'll grow up to be a little baby tree. The other one was... Oh, dream cake. We always talked about dream cake.
Yeah. Oh,
that's
video.
The dream cake. Layers of thin chocolate chiffon cake with like lots of layers of cream and big chocolate strips of milk chocolate on top. And you know what? It's not sweet.
All I want is chocolate now because you're talking about it.
It's not a sweet cake. It looks like it would be incredibly sweet. And there's Zippy's used to make it all the time. So that's where we used to get it. Napoleon's Bakery from Zippy's, but they stopped making it. So maybe it became unpopular. Yeah. So you have to call around to different bakeries. Ted's Bakery makes a really good one. And the one that I went was Liliha Bakery. Also really good. So worth trying when you come to Hawaii. Dream cake, because they don't make that anywhere else in the world.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of Mai Tais at Sunset. It's been a pleasure having this come back, and we're here again. It's been 3 months. Sending as much love to Maui as possible, all my friends and my beautiful Hawaii family out there. Stay safe. Check us out at maitaisatsunset.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and anywhere else you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Yes, thank you very much for tuning in, for listening to us, Maui Strong. We love you, Maui. Thank you for everybody who's sending their love and prayers and donations to Maui. Until we meet again. Ahui ho.